So back in my 20s, I was practicing transcendental meditation. I had read a book when I was living in Peterborough, uh, and I was with some friends, and then I was in a bookstore, uh, which happened to be a New Age bookstore, which I didn't know at the time, and I found a book um, by somebody who was a prominent figure back in America in the 1920s, and he started a meditation center and stuff like that in the States. And so I was going through a little bit of inner turmoil at the time, and I thought that if I learned how to meditate, it would improve my the things that I was going through in my life, distress, and just some other things. So I left school and I booked a plane ticket to Escondido, California, and I spent some time at a meditation retreat in California, just outside of San Diego, and I learned how to meditate. Um, just recently, came across some information um, from the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, and this is a Catholic um, organization because um, as a Christian, I became a Christian in 1995, um, but I wasn't necessarily practicing my Christianity when I decided to learn how to meditate. For the past 20 years, I've been looking for some answers. I've been looking for how does the church, the Christian church, Catholic or non-Catholic, how do they view Eastern practices of meditation? Um, you know, uh, as a Christian, how does the church view other Christians practicing Eastern forms of meditation? And I found this uh, online. It's This is 13 pages. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it makes a lot of sense. It's a pastoral kind of like letter, and I believe it was written by Cardinal Ratzinger at the time, who is now Pope Emeritus, Pope Benedict. He was the Pope before Pope Francis. So there's a lot of comfort in reading this because not only do I get a Christian um, understanding of, is it right as a Christian to to practice Eastern forms of meditation. Um, I'm not going to get into the letter, but I just want to say that I'm very grateful that finally I have something which gives me a sense of pastoral direction in my life. It makes sense. I think when I was learning how to meditate, um, I may not have been praying to the Christian God. I think when you're learning, as I think part of what this pastoral Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith says um, about meditation, it's letter to the bishops of the Catholic Church on some aspects of Christian meditation. What it's basically saying is that meditation is a form of prayer, and when you're praying to God, if you have a misconceptual, if you have a conceptual understanding of God which is not in line with the church, then in a sense you could be praying to a different God. Um, when I was meditating, I had the idea that there was one God and I was praying to the one God of the Bible. But understanding a little bit more about who God is and the nature and the character of God, I can see how it could be dangerous even to use spiritual practices that are not in line with Christianity or the Catholic Church. So I'm glad I found this document. It's given me some peace of mind like I said, for the past 20 years, I've been looking for something, some kind of response or some kind of answers from the Christian church, because um, when I came back to practice Christianity, there was still that desire to kind of continue practicing Eastern meditation practices. But upon finding this document online and reading it, the Lord has really been speaking to me and convicting my heart about mixing religions, because that's another thing that this document talks about. And it basically warns that if you're mixing Eastern practices of meditation with Christianity, um, it can become something called syncretism. I think it's called. I'm trying to look for it here. Um, just give me a second. Yeah, uh, syncretism. So syncretism. So syncretism is when you combine religions, and so that's exactly what I was doing when I was in California, and for you know a few years after that, is that I was in a sense practicing Hinduism and Christianity at the same time, and so um, you know this document that I found really brought some light, some pastoral counsel to me. Um, like I said, my whole journey with meditation was to kind of clear up some issues, but I think when we use meditation, it should be done if as a Christian, it should be done, meditating on the aspects of God that are found in the Bible, and meditating on the Word of God as well too. Anyways, just thought I'd share that. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.